Hello and welcome to a new video. I recently released my Crusader Templar guide video for World of Warcraft Conquest of Azeroth, but in the meantime Ascension nerfed the class into oblivion. I want to talk with you about what has changed, how the nerfs are affecting the Templar, and if it is still worth to play it. Let's dive into it. So I published my Crusader Templar guide video, and within a few hours the class got adjusted with stealth nerfs. Perfect timing. If you haven't noticed, stealth nerfs because the nerfs are not shown anywhere inside the Ascension changelog Discord. I have no idea why they do this. Maybe they want to prevent backlash. Anyway, I read a lot of comments under my guide and we discussed inside the commentary section. Thank you so much for all of your feedback, really awesome. Since I was on vacation, I was only able to look into logs of other Templars and couldn't test for myself last week. A lot of players tend to doomsay classes after nerfs, so we need real numbers and I need to test it myself to see how it really affects the class. And honestly, it first didn't look so bad. But let's look at the first round of changes first. So what got nerfed? The nerfs are affecting our oaths. The damage increase of our oath, Righteous Lunge, was reduced to about 10% from 15% without talents. Condemn was reduced to 3% crit, down from 5%, and Titan Strike only increases your oath chain for 3 seconds, down from 5 seconds. This is the first round of nerfs, wait for more. On top of that, there is a bug with Testament of Strength, which sometimes only let you use 1 Titan Strike instead of 3, regardless of your target's health percentage. That's a lot of nerfs for a class. And honestly, the damage reduction was fine in my opinion. Before the first round of nerfs, our damage was super high, and I think an adjustment was necessary to keep the game healthy. But reducing the Titan Strike oath chain refresh to 3 seconds is a really hard nerf for a lot of players. The whole gameplay of this class centers around keeping your buffs up and micromanage your cooldowns and energy. That's a lot of effort, and because of this, it's a high skill, high reward class in my opinion. If you did a mistake before, your damage was gone. But with those new adjustments, it's nearly impossible for a player in a pack or in an organized group to keep your stacks running in a dungeon or even during a raid encounter with mechanics. Before, you could use Testament of Strength when it's working at least to time your Titan Strikes and to keep your oath chain really long, which allows you to stack up really high. This is still possible, but it's super hard now. A really well organized group can still make the Templar shine, but let's be honest, most players want to enjoy the game instead of getting a degree in playing a class. But when I looked into the logs, Templar was still doing fine, even with the nerfs. Most of the time, the class was still in top 3 damage, single target on world bosses, in logs with different skill expressions and DPS numbers, and I thought, okay, we have to live with it, Templar is still viable. Well, then came the second round of nerfs, and nearly every other class got a buff. This happened before Soul Group released, and now our Righteous Lunge oath got targeted again. Our oath only gives 5% more damage without talents now. This is really too much. The class is super complex and you need to put a lot of effort into your rotations to do good damage, while other classes just press 1 or 2 buttons to face roll and counter. And the second nerf overkills Crusader Templar in my opinion, at least in damage. I mean, I'm a Retribution Paladin main, and I know a class has more to offer than damage. The Templar brings a lot of support with its ties or auras, buffs, off heals, lay of hand, fear removal, and so on. So the Retribution Paladin treatment is something I was prepared for. When a class has so much to offer, it doesn't need to be the best DPS in the game. But on the other hand, we have true support classes in this game. If they market this class as DPS, then it should do DPS. And our DPS in AoE situations, by the way, is still really good, because in big packs, you can keep your oaths running by attacking more enemies, which leads to more Argent Blade procs. We still can get really high numbers here. But on single target, you will be at around the midfield now if your group is not playing completely for you. Nevertheless, I think this class still scales really good with gear in the future because of its multipliers. Maybe we can do more damage again in the future, but for now, if you want to do easy damage, play something else. I hope Ascension will rethink some nerfs on this class, especially while they buff other classes. We don't know how long Conquest of Azeroth or Ascension will stay alive anyway with the current current Blizzard situation, so don't waste your time hoping for adjustments. If you want to do big DPS and play the Flavor of the Month class for fun, go play some Felthorn. I will keep playing Templar because I like the class, but I'm also leveling some alts already on the side. New guides will come for sure in the future. I have no idea how this affects the Sea a lot. I didn't play it yet. I wanted to do a guide for it, or maybe I do it, maybe not. I have to think about it. But what do you think about the nerfs? Is it too harsh? Do you still play Templar, or did you change already? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Really looking forward hearing from you what class you maybe chose. Thank you very much for watching. If you found this useful, consider to like, subscribe and hype this video for more World of Warcraft Conquest of Azeroth content in the future. Special thanks goes out to my channel members who support me with their hard-earned real-life money. You guys are just awesome. See you in the next video.